Hey guys, welcome to StudyIQ. My name is Prashant Dhawan and in this video we are going to talk about the Pakistan FATF terror financing issue. We shall discuss all these points in this video. Is Pakistan grey listed by the FATF? What is the status right now as of February 2018? What does this mean? Will Pakistan's economy suffer further? What will be the impact on terrorism? What will be the geopolitical implications, and of course how will all this impact the upcoming Pakistan general elections? So a lot to discuss. Let's start. And if you are preparing for any examination, then StudyIQ is with you. Our pen drive and tablet courses are available for various exams like SSC, CGL, CHSL, RBI Grade B, UPSC, defense exams. All these exams are covered in our pen drive and tablet courses. So visit this website studyiq.com, purchase the course of your choice and study at home, and you can save a lot of time and energy while doing that. You can also call these numbers here for more information. So what just happened recently? I'll start off with the main question. Is Pakistan now in the grey list of the Financial Action Task Force? Well, the answer is not yet. What is the grey list? You see, the Financial Action Task Force is an international body and it actually focuses on money laundering and terror financing. The main purpose of Financial Action Task Force is to stop money laundering and stop terror financing in every country. Since a lot of countries around the world believe that Pakistan has not certainly done what it needs to do to stop terrorism growing in its soil and of course the financing terrorism, then the Financial Action Task Force decided to step in. A few days ago, there was a huge debate. There was a voting conducted in the FATF about Pakistan's inclusion in the grey list. Now, what exactly is the grey list? Look, FATF has two different lists. One is the grey list and the second one is blacklist. The grey list is basically a form of punishment for any country that refuses to stop terror financing. Suppose, hypothetically speaking, of course, if a country is included in the grey list, then that country will find it very difficult to obtain loans from World Bank, IMF or other financial institutions. And of course, if that country is included in the blacklist, then the economic losses will be insurmountable and that country will probably suffer a lot. It's a huge punishment to be included in either the grey list or the blacklist. So there were talks about including Pakistan in the grey list since Pakistan hasn't really done a lot to stop terror financing. There was a voting conducted in the Financial Action Task Force and most of the member countries, they came to the conclusion that Pakistan should be included in a watch list for terror financing. Does that mean Pakistan is now going to be part of the grey list? Well, as of now, no, but after 3 months, the probability is that Pakistan will be a part of the grey list of FATF. Unless Pakistan drastically decides to change everything and suddenly Pakistan stops all the terror financing that is going on its soil, unless that happens, Pakistan is probably going to the grey list of the FATF in 3 months, that is June of 2018. So the Financial Action Task Force might end up causing Pakistan a lot of economic harm. So what exactly is this FATF? Where did it originate? The Financial Action Task Force, or now better known by its famous acronym FATF, is an intergovernmental body that was established in 1989 by the G7 countries. The objectives of the FATF are to set standards and promote effective implementation of measures for combating money laundering, terrorist financing, and of course other related threats to the integrity of the international financial system. Now, before we start talking about the nitty-gritties, I would also like to mention that when this FATF was created in 1989, targeting terror financing was not its priority. It wasn't even its objective. It was after the 9/11 attacks on USA that FATF was designed to now combat financial terrorism as well. So it was only after USA was attacked, FATF became a terror financing watchdog. The FATF works internationally and in the national level as well. In collaboration with other international stakeholders, the FATF works to identify national level vulnerabilities with the aim of protecting the international financial system from misuse. The FATF's decision-making body, the FATF plenary, meets 3 times every year. Okay, just remember this. The headquarters of FATF are located in Paris, France. Now let's talk about the members. As of 2016, FATF consists of 35 members and 2 regional organizations. One is the European Commission. That's right, I didn't say European Union, I said the European Commission. I'll explain in a few minutes. And then there is the Gulf Cooperation Council, the GCC. The GCC consists these countries: Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia and UAE. Now I have a question for all of you. You guys need to answer which of the countries in the GCC is an island nation. Alright, answer in the comment box below. So this right here is the list of all the FATF members. This isn't the complete list, this is only one half. Argentina, Australia, all the important countries, Canada, China and the European Commission. Then you have European Union countries as well. Alright, so European Commission votes as an organization, and then there are all the European Union countries like France, Germany, Greece. They have their own individual votes. And of course the Gulf Cooperation Council can be seen here as well. Usually Saudi Arabia decides which way the Gulf Cooperation Council will vote or what their policy will be. And Hong Kong has a vote here as well. So does Iceland. India is a member of FATF. Please remember this. And Ireland is a member as well. So is Japan. And you will see Russian Federation as well. And then Turkey, UK, US. Alright, all these countries together, they form the FATF. So FATF will put Pakistan in the grey list unless Pakistan decides to radically transform itself in a period of 3 months. That we have understood. Now how did this even happen? Did all these countries suddenly decide that let's talk about Pakistan today, or did a certain country bring about this topic? Well, interestingly enough, usually in the Pakistan right-wing media, India and Israel, they usually get a lot of bashing. They are usually targeted, and there are various conspiracy theories in Pakistan about Israel and India making some sort of evil schemes to counter Pakistan. But this time around, surprisingly, 4 countries, they initiated this FATF proposal to put Pakistan in the grey list. These 4 countries were US, a former ally of Pakistan, you can say, United Kingdom, Germany and France. These 4 countries obviously believe that Pakistan simply has not done enough to curb terrorism, especially terror financing on its land. So there was a voting conducted, and except Turkey, all the member countries of FATF decided that Pakistan should be placed in the grey list. Of course, it will take about 3 months to get all the procedures done, and the grey list part will become official only after 3 months. Till then, Pakistan has the option of changing itself as well. But just understand this. Pretty much every country in FATF agreed that Pakistan should be on the grey list except Turkey. Turkey decided to go against US because a lot of people in Turkey, a lot of politicians are still angry about the failed coup in Turkey that they believe was the act of US CIA. So they have that issue with the US, and of course they want to support Pakistan as well, being a fellow Muslim country. But interestingly enough, China, a new friend of Pakistan, was not able to help Pakistan. Initially, China tried to save Pakistan. It tried to block every attempt to put Pakistan in the grey list. But eventually, even China backed away because, well, China may have been incentivized to help because it had become the vice chair of the FATF committee, help USA of course, and would like to play a more responsible role in the international grouping. So since China was going to be in the vice chair soon, also it is probably quite difficult to hide the fact that terrorists like Hafiz Saeed roam around freely in Pakistan and they have absolutely no restrictions on them. So obviously even China at one point decided that they probably won't spend a lot of their resources in defending Pakistan, and even they removed all of their objections from placing Pakistan in the grey list. Now let's talk about the tweet by Pakistan's Foreign Affairs Minister Khwaja M. Asif. Well, in an initial vote in the FATF meet on February 20th, the US-backed move to list Pakistan was blocked by Gulf Cooperation Council, Turkey and China. At that time, Pakistan's Foreign Affairs Minister became overexcited and he tweeted this: "Our efforts paid FATF and all the US efforts to put Pakistan on the watch list, they all failed, and he was thanking everyone, all the friends. But of course, this probably angered US, or perhaps it irked all the countries in the FATF, because all these details were not supposed to be out in the public before the meet was to end. So there was a second round of voting, and in this round, US managed to make sure that the GCC, the Gulf Cooperation Council, and China would not block any attempt by US, UK, France, Germany, and the rest of the countries as well to put Pakistan in the FATF grey list. And the US was pretty much successful, and Pakistan's Foreign Affairs Minister drew a lot of criticism from international media as well as Pakistani media for his overexcited tweet. Now let's talk about the grey list. Well, suppose if Pakistan fails to do anything about the terror financing that is going on in its country and all the money laundering, and after 3 months the FATF decides to put Pakistan in the grey list. Well, once put on the grey list, Pakistan will be put to intense scrutiny under a compliance document by FATF. Placing Pakistan on FATF grey list would affect its banking links with the rest of the world that ensures money supply to the nation. Banks will face greater strain in the transaction, escalating the cost of operations to great disadvantage of the customers, of course. And overall, it will also contribute in less foreign direct investments to the country, because a lot of countries, a lot of companies around the world will suddenly become cautious about investing in Pakistan. And it is quite sad actually, because Pakistan's economy was growing at a very decent pace. Of course, Pakistan might not have a lot of foreign exchange reserves. They have lower foreign exchange reserves than a country like Bangladesh. They don't even have any surplus. But the one thing that was going well for them was the economic growth, the growth of their GDP. Pakistan was growing at 5% in the past few years, and this is quite impressive. If we compare this to a country like Indonesia that has a much bigger population than Pakistan, it also has a good location in the middle of the Indian Ocean, has good ties with other countries. It isn't really suffering from terrorist activities or anything like that. Even Indonesia, with all those advantages, is growing around 5%. So since Pakistan's economy was growing at 5%, even after all the disadvantages it has, it's certainly quite impressive, and it shows that its middle class is certainly growing. But the problem right now is that after Pakistan is placed in the grey list, this 5% growth rate will suddenly dip, because recently World Bank even projected the Pakistan's GDP growth rate to be at 5.5% in 2017-18. Of course, the World Bank has not counted in the prospect of Pakistan being in FATF's grey list. But if that happens, if Pakistan is included in the grey list, then certainly you can expect this 5% growth rate to go down to 3% or even 2.5% in the coming years. And if you guys thought all that was quite bad, wait till you hear this. On account of FATF's punitive action, Pakistan will suffer losses on account of less trade. And of course less foreign transactions and investment by European countries. Pakistan's export of rice, cotton, marble, clothes, onion will suffer a lot, causing huge loss to the producers. It will also result in a loss in the number of jobs. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, Pakistan will find it very difficult to get loans from international agencies like IMF, World Bank. Agencies like IMF are likely to put temporary curb on sanctioning or releasing loans to Pakistan. Other lenders from the international market will charge higher interest rate for their loans, worsening the financial crisis in Pakistan. And of course, this will make Pakistan more and more dependent on China. Now, can Pakistan avoid all this? Well, the chances of that happening are quite low. Allow me to explain. You see, Pakistan does indeed have 3 months to take action against terror organizations like Jamaat-ud-Dawa, Falah-e-Insaniyat Foundation. Both of them are linked to Lashkar-e-Taiba, Hafiz Saeed. Pakistan does indeed have some time to take, some huge action and make an action plan and show the FATF that it is actually quite serious about combating terror in its country. But the problem is that this seems quite difficult to do, because Pakistan will have general elections in the coming 5 or 6 months. And all these organizations, these terrorist organizations like Jamaat-ud-Dawa, Falah-e-Insaniyat Foundation, individuals like Hafiz Saeed. They sort of link themselves with religion and they cater to the conservative vote bank in Pakistan, and then they become very important assets in the voting system in the elections. So this is when all the political parties will probably want their support, and we might see absolutely no action being taken against them because every party right now in Pakistan does want to be in power. There's a rising Imran Khan party, Tariq-e-Insaf. The Pakistan's People's Party is also rising, and of course Nawaz Sharif, if you look at him as an individual, he has suffered a lot of losses because all the corruption allegations. So the election season will be quite interesting in Pakistan, and these organizations will indeed play a huge role in it. And it seems quite unlikely for the Pakistan government to take any action against these terror organizations, even if it costs Pakistan's economy huge losses in the long run. So let's wait for a few months and see what happens. Hopefully Pakistan will manage to find a way to fight terrorism and make Asia a safe and prosperous place where all the countries can work together for the Asian century. Thanks for listening. God bless you all.